Everyone, this is Matt. Today I'm going to share with you guys solutions to a very simple problems on LeetCode. The problem is linked list circle. So the definition is giving a linked list determine if it has a cycle in it or not. So and there another requirement is trying to solve these problems without using extra space. So intuitively, if you have a linked list which has a circle in it, you can um, traverse this linked list one by one and store those load you have visited into a hash map. And well, um, once you visit node again, you will find this node in the hash map, so you can easily detect there is a cycle in this linked list. But in another case, if you cannot find any node is repeated, then you know there is no cycle in the list. All right. So uh, the hard problems, the difficult part of this solution is how to solve it without extra space. So for example, we have a linked list like this: A, B, C, D, E, and E. After E, they go back to C. So we actually have a circle in this linked list. The circle is C, D, E, C. C, D, E, C, right? So the solution is the following. First, we check if the head of this linked list is long or not. If it's long, you don't need to worry about anything. Just return false because there's obviously no cycle in this empty list, right? Then we need to define two pointers. First pointer is fast point. We call it fast, and second pointer is snow. And they both initially assign the head of the list, assign a value which is the head of the list, and the fast pointer, the it update it it updates faster. No, not updates faster. Um, it it walks further. It walks more each time. So in the while loop, you first check if the next pointer is long or not, and the next of the fast pointer is long or not. So if there is no cycle in the list, then one of these pointer is long. It means there is no cycle when you reach the end of the list, right? You will break this while loop. Then we know there is no cycle in the list. As long as there is a cycle in the list, these two will never gonna fail. So you cannot reach the end. So the next node of the fast pointer and the next node of the fast pointer will never gonna be non-value because there is a loop here. There is a cycle in the list, right? So if there is a cycle in the list, these conditions will never be satisfied. So if this condition will never be satisfied when there is a cycle in the loop, in a linked list, then the two pointers will finally meet at some point in the loop. So each time we update the snow pointer one step. So we just update the snow pointer to the next load in the linked list, and we update the faster pointer two steps further in the linked list. So the fast pointer just walk two steps. So at some point, both the snow and fast pointer will walk into the cycle of this linked list. So faster pointer and snow pointer, they will go into the CDE cycle. So they will finally go into this cycle, and they will chase they will chase to each other. They will chase to each other, and because this condition will never be satisfied, and they will just run in this cycle. Because the faster node runs faster than the slow node by one step each time. So at some point, they will finally meet at a node in a cycle. So we just need to check if they are equal or not, which means they arrive at the same position in the cycle. So we can break this while loop and return true, because we finally we finally because in this case we are sure there must be a cycle in the linked list because they met, because they meet as some prediction. So otherwise, as I said, if there is no cycle, the faster pointer will finally reach the end of the linked list. So they will break this while loop um, by itself. So we return false in this case. Okay, this is the solution for the very simple linked list cycle. To me, I think it is not that simple, not that easy, because we have to solve it without extra space. I think this solution is not that straightforward, and I also read some articles and other people's solutions, and I hope my explanation will help you understand um, what does this solution how does this solution work. Thank you.